guys, welcome back, man. Gonna react to another video, man. Another boxing video. So if you're still here, click on the notification bell, subscribe, leave a comment. If you want me to react to any video, just leave the link on the comment section. I will look at it. So the video that I wanted to react to is a documentary about Roy Jones Jr., commonly known as Captain Hook. He's also another amazing fighter. So let us not waste any time. Let's watch this together. Let us watch this together. Roy Jones. All right.
Junior.
Are you ready? Boxing fans, are you ready? Presenting the undefeated super middleweight champion of the world, Roy Jones Jr.
This is what the crowd's been waiting for here, and there's quite a buzz going on. Round number one, we're scheduled for 12. That's Posiezer in a red shorts. It's a left-right combination.
A devastating puncher.
He's never tasted punches that hard before, I can assure you of that.
Who was equally elusive on defense.
To this day, you're the only person in CompuBox history that went a full round without having a single punch scored on.
I gotta tell you, in all the years I'm watching boxing and calling boxing, this is the fastest jab I have ever seen. That includes Muhammad Ali, it includes Sugar Ray Leonard, it includes Ray Robinson.
Nobody has ever gone a complete round without getting a punch scored on.
This is ridiculous.
You tell me he ain't the best pound for pound?
You know, one of the things that makes him special, Ken? He did everything wrong, or a lot of things wrong. Like only one other fight I can think of.
He's fast.
Muhammad Ali. He could drop his hands, pull back.
He is fucking fast. Oh my god. Wow.
But because of his speed, his power, his timing, his reflexes, because of that, he could make wrong right.
So fast they are comparing him to the one and only Muhammad Ali. Let's see if he lives up to it.
Jones grew up in Pensacola.
You started training at what, around age 10?
Yeah.
His father, a former boxer, was determined to raise a champion.
My father was different with that. I have gotten beaten 3 times in one day. I have marks on my arms now that are from beatings that I got when I was a kid.
But you don't hold the beatings against him? Like, why would you do that?
I don't hold the beatings because the beatings did teach me some things.
Roy, you won the Golden Glove in 1986 at 138 pounds. And then the next year you win at 156.
The South Korean Olympics were a stage for Roy to announce his arrival. He was the heavy favorite, and he did not disappoint.
And Roy Jones gets him again with a beautiful left hook. That is a cracker of a punch.
You go through the ranks and you go to the 88 Olympics.
He ran through the competition, not losing a single round during the entirety of the Olympics.
Well, this is the finals for the gold medal. You had gone through all the other fighters, didn't even lose a round.
In the gold medal fight against a Korean fighter.
And again, finishing off with the left hook.
Roy outlanded his opponent 3-1.
Roy Jones building up a tremendous lead and should be 15 seconds away from the
Yes, when did they started introducing these headgears, like these headgears in boxing? I don't see it in many fights that I watched, like in the United States. But here they have headgears.
Roy Jones Jr. stepped into the ring and before all the world won an Olympic gold medal. Except, of course, that he didn't.
Well, he got the gold medal. Clear. And then you see the decision, your jaw drops.
And Roy Jones of Pensacola, Florida. Well, if he doesn't win the gold off this, then I think there's something rotten in Korea, because that is absolutely one of the most dominant things I've seen.
The winner is on point 3-2 in the blue corner.
Oh no, man, this is no way, no fucking way. Nah. They rob him. They fucking rob him. This one is just bullshit. It's just bullshit. Robbery in broad daylight, man.
Well, there it is. Park Si-han has stolen the belt.
That was terrible. That was one of the worst Olympic decisions I've ever seen in my life. Maybe the worst.
All three judges would receive lifetime bans from the sport. Roy was never given justice for his lost gold. Not even all these years later.
Nobody to this day has come back and tried to fix it.
In one of the great robberies, injustices, or farces in sports.
And this is more than robbery, boy. You just mess his legacy up. Who knows, this guy may not go on to lose any fight. But this one fight is gonna stand it. This is more than robbery, bro. This is just... God.
History, Jones was denied the medal in what was later revealed to be a fix.
In one way, it made people really root for you.
It was a blessing in disguise.
The controversy turned Roy into a sympathetic hero for boxing fans. As a result,
What do you mean sympathetic hero, bro? This guy is a hero. They robbed him. They fucking robbed him.
he was a star before he fought his first professional match.
From the atrocity of 1988, when in Seoul, South Korea, the brilliant Roy Jones fought his way to an apparent gold medal, but left without one.
Roy Jones Jr. was, to me, the most dominant fighter I ever saw.
Jones has extremely fast reflexes. He just has a sense of where to throw punches. Yes, it is all over. Randy Newman stopping the bout, and the final minute.
Of 2 wins, no defeats, both wins by knockout. Here is Roy Jones Jr.
He spent the first few years of his career fighting at least once a month to build his experience.
Roy Jones modestly was quoted as saying he's a combination of Foreman's punch, Ali's speed, Robinson's skill, and Hagler's toughness.
Roy Jones has stopped Ron Emerson.
Did boxing at that point in time seem easy to you?
Boxing was easy to me.
Well, all the greatest boxers we have. Yeah, he took something from all the great boxers. Speed, stamina, power punch.
There was a time in your career when you were at your peak that was so different than anyone else's. Very few jabs you would throw, a lead hook.
His matches quickly became events in Pensacola. A series of spectacular knockouts made Jones one of the sport's biggest stars.
I hit him so fast that the hook took it here, and before he could get back, the right took it here too. Impossible almost.
Drawing huge crowds and rabid fans.
Roy Jones Jr. was universally considered the best pound-for-pound fighter in the world.
Okay, now let's go to the biggest punch you ever delivered. Who was it?
It was a guy named Art Sawano. It was in Reno, Nevada.
Oh, boy.
Very first round. Boom! There it is.
Holy
Yeah, look at that.
Oh, my God.
He had a seizure. See me?
Oh, my.
And I'll tell you what, for Art Serrano, that was a devastating
Oh my God, that's fucking crazy.
right hand to get hit with.
Celebrities were turning up at every Jones fight, like Gene Hackman.
I produce feature motion pictures, no TV.
And Bill Cosby.
Well, this is awkward.
15-0 with 15 knockouts. He basically disappeared from public view, but he said he now wants to make his move.
Roy's physical gifts were unlike any other.
He's quick enough to go there without even taking the jab.
I never thought I would ever hear you say of a fighter that he doesn't need a jab.
All the while, his relationship with his father was eroding.
When you're a kid and a grown-up is beating you that bad, of course you're afraid. But once you get a certain age, you say, okay, now it's time to fight back. And then when I got to that age, it was like, okay, that's enough. No, I ain't taking too much.
He threw about 4 left hooks in less than a second there, George.
Oh, what a left hook inside by
Jones landed a sniper shot to the body.
Glenn Wilkes had a concrete jaw. Now it turns out he had a glass stomach.
or a glass liver.
People look at your fight and they talk about it. They're like, what he did, probably no other boxer can do because it was so unorthodox.
Jones quickly cleaned out the division's top.
Bro, these guys, bro, so many punches in just 1 second, bro. Oh my God.
Challengers.
So referee Tony Orlando calls a halt.
The time had come for Roy to contend for the IBF middleweight title. He'd face off against the executioner, Bernard Hopkins.
Roy Jones Jr. as he guns for his first world championship against Bernard Hopkins for the vacant IBF middleweight crown. And there is the executioner symbol that accompanies Bernard Hopkins. And here is the man many regard as the middleweight of the 90s, Roy Jones Jr.
Again, he mentioned he's like lightning.
Or does Hopkins have it to risk?
Bernard Hopkins tried, but he never was in the fight offensively, in my opinion.
Bernard Hopkins is arguably the greatest middleweight, and you carried it.
Right cross lands solid.
Jones won a unanimous decision.
Hey, Jones Jr.
He was now a world champion. Jones returned home to tremendous fanfare. He donated time and money to the Pensacola community.
Round 2 underway.
And interestingly, only 18 of Jones' 96 punches in round. And down goes Kane. Wow. Was an inside left. He's on the corner ropes.
That's it. Roy Jones Jr. puts back on that IBF middleweight championship belt. His first title defense was awesome.
Straight left hand was spectacular.
He beat a lot of damn good fighters.
They couldn't compete. That's all it was. You fought world champions.
Roy would stack on 8 pounds to challenge James Toney. an undefeated champion and slight betting favorite.
Rarely in the sport of boxing do two undefeated champions, two superb athletes, two warriors in the prime of their careers come together to face one another for the championship of the world.
One of the marks of what a great fight this is that so many people in the sport don't seem to have a real handle, Gil's one of them, on exactly what is going to happen once that first bell sounds.
I remember when you fought James Toney, and that was a big fight because James Toney was in his prime and you were in your prime.
Many pundits still wondered if Roy Jones was for real.
We don't know up to this second whether he's a superstar or a fraud. We do know about James Toney. He's a bull.
Jones was so OP up until this moment that they couldn't believe their own eyes.
The designation there, former IBF middleweight champion. He gave up that championship, Larry, for the right to come up 8 pounds and challenge for James Toney's super middleweight title.
So many people, the boxing aficionados, if you will, split down the middle almost in terms of who will win this fight because Roy Jones is such an unknown commodity.
He got it up there, though. Physical and mental. I mean, he makes Toney miss, and he's so quick countering. Get out the road, get out.
Showboating by Jones.
And this commentator just called John an unknown commodity. He is the champion. What do you mean he's unknown? God damn it, maybe compare to this guy. But Jones is the champion. He is well known, bro. I know he is the underdog. He is the underdog.
You tempt fate, I think.
And again, you caught him with that leaping left hook, man. That crazy left hook and dropped him.
Left hook, and down goes Toney.
The punching stats told a tale of complete domination by Jones.
Against a man regarded by many as the most skilled champion in the sport. Another left hook by Jones.
James Toney was a if I'm not mistaken, a 2-division champ, and you carried it.
Lightning fast reflexes allowed him to avoid incoming jabs with head movement.
Roy Jones has been every bit as dominant as he was that day in Korea so long ago.
Whereby unanimous
Nah, bro, you don't win this fight. Come on. This is Jones' fight. He is way faster than you. He is way faster than you, man.
Position and new super middleweight champion of the world, Roy Jones Jr.
He was now the super middleweight champion of the world.
You beat him unanimously. 12 rounds. I mean, you just basically carried the whole fight.
When you beat James Toney like that, I think a lot of people had to go, whoa, like he can do this to an elite, top of the food chain world champion.
Now, it's got to be difficult to focus on this fight in the same manner in which you focused on James Toney and made Toney look absolutely pathetic in winning by decision.
Big right hand by Roy Jones. Another right hand by Roy Jones. And down goes Bird. Down goes Bird. Knocked him out in 1 round.
Roy Jones' talent is so overwhelming that he's already being compared to some of the greatest names in the history of the sport. Muhammad Ali, the 2 Sugar Rays, various others.
Roy Jones had become an icon in Florida, frequently foregoing bigger paydays in Vegas. Roy chose to fight many of his fights in front of his hometown, and the fans loved him for it.
The best fighter in the world today. Ladies and gentlemen, presenting the undefeated super middleweight champion of the world, Roy Jones Jr.
I remember when your fights were basically executions. There was some years, man, where you would just like see how is this guy going to survive and how long.
That's it. That'll do it.
incredible hand speed, foot speed. I think his power is very deceptive and not really appreciated. He's very explosive, especially inside. The left hook that he was able to knock out Tate with was just incredible. I think he's a guy who's getting stronger and better.
He made quick work of undefeated Bryant Bannon.
In his fights, Jim, he's one of the best finishers I've ever seen in boxing. He's a real mean guy in there. You want to ask again who's the best fighter in the world?
No, I don't have to ask that.
Man, how did I not know all these boxes? I only hear in the mainstream media about Mike Tyson, Muhammad Ali, John Fraser, but never some of these fighters, bro. Oh my God.
When he was a middleweight and a light heavyweight, he was pretty damn special.
Jones faced off with undefeated Montel Griffin.
He is undefeated in 26 professional bouts. Montel Ice Griffin. He is rated by the Bible of Boxing, Ring Magazine, as the world's best pound-for-pound fighter, Roy Jones Jr.
Jones made Griffin look average.
And Griffin is hurt. Question about it. Griffin is hurt.
Jones looking to finish. Griffin wobbling a little bit.
Then, when he dropped him in the ninth,
And Jones lands 2 punches after Griffin's knee was on the canvas.
the late hits would cause Jones to be disqualified.
That was a foul.
Why? He is not down yet. Disqualified. Come on.
Was a definite foul.
Foul. Harold Letterman.
That's a foul? I don't know how that looked like. Oh. Okay. I stand corrected. It seems I don't know boxing.
That's the rule. Jim, in my mind, there is absolutely no question that Tony Perez had just cause to disqualify Roy Jones Jr.
Disqualifies the red corner, the winner and new WBC light heavyweight champion of the world, Montel Ice Griffin.
This guy knows very well. He did not deserve that win. Oh my God.
He had suffered the first defeat of his career by way of DQ.
I honestly believe he faked it. Now you watch Montel Griffin after he got hit with that hook. He looked up at Perez and then went down on his face.
I don't care what it takes, just get him on the other side of the ring so I can prove to the world that he cannot beat me.
Everybody, get on your feet, right now, Roy Jones Jr. Y'all must have forgot.
Jones wasn't looking to just win. He wanted to destroy Griffin. Thunderdome style. There could be no doubt about who ran Bartertown.
Who ran Bartertown?
Master Blaster runs Bartertown.
It happens here, and it finishes here. 2 men enter, 1 man leaves.
2 men enter, 1 man leaves. Jones was ready to wash the result of the first fight away. It took just 1 round.
He's gonna do it.
Let me tell you, that first left hook hurt different.
And so does the second one. Oh, Nick has the tuggle.
He sent him flying.
And Mercanti calls it a knockdown.
It's very apparent that Jones is coming out stronger this time.
Jones is looking for a first round knockout. He's not trying to set anything up with the jab. Jones gets his vindication via a first round knockout.
And it was a left uppercut.
Unbelievably quick left hand shot.
Now four-time world champion, and once again the WBC heavyweight champion of the world, Roy Jones Jr.
At last, the long-awaited battle with Virgil Hill would take place.
Roy Jones and Virgil Hill have been talked about as a likely light heavyweight matchup for 3 years or more, as the two best-known American light heavyweights get together face-to-face finally.
He makes them look average, bro. He make these guys look average. God damn.
To see which one is the best.
Stell dir vor, du kannst alles erstellen, einfach indem du daran denkst. Das ist Base 44, eine KI-Plattform.
Roy doing his rap number.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready to rumble!
Hill had defended his title 11 times and was seen by some pundits as the true pound-for-pound king.
I saw you knock a guy out with a rib shot, and I said that to you a second ago, and you said Virgil Hill.
Unheard of! Unheard of! Unheard of!
First time Virgil Hill's ever been knocked out. Roy Jones did it with a right hand to the body.
I've seen it all.
I hope his rib is not broken.
Not many guys knock guys out with body shots. I do, but not many do.
Here we go again. And you don't even think it hurts when you punch it with that kind of power. It happens so quickly. It takes a moment for you before your legs tell you, hey, you're down.
And Johnson goes straight on to the seat of his pants.
So I still have not seen anyone that gave him a real fight, man. It has always been him. Come on, let someone come and give him a fight, man.
Fast, he'd fight with his hands down. He was knocking people out cold.
Roy Jones may be a member of the NRA, the way he's using Hall for target practice here.
And Hall is wobbling. Legs wobbling under Richard Hall as Jones sizes him up.
I mean, when you look back at your career, not only were you winning fights, you were dominating.
RJ hammers Hall with a straight right. Then he casually walks around behind Hall and follows up with a blistering left hook.
You know, it's been a sensational performance or exhibition by Roy Jones.
He is the man. He is the man that beats the man that beats the man.
That was disheartening.
No, we understand. Brian and I haven't forgotten. You can't say you all must have forgot. We both got you #1 pound for pound.
At this stage of his career, Roy Jones was untouchable.
Putting his hands behind his back and knocking dudes out.
Oh, chicken fighting. My Wayne was behind my back.
Chicken fighting.
I was the game rooster then. That's that chicken fighting.
he obliterated one top opponent after the next. Tired of smashing all comers, RJ bulked up 25 pounds to compete for the heavyweight championship.
We get tired of seeing me beat up on people my size. It just start feeling unfair.
So now he's going to fight as a heavyweight.
You fought Ruiz, I think you weighed, what, 193, 195?
I say it again, he was a middleweight light heavyweight when he was at his best.
The Ring Magazine experts poll, 10 for Jones, 9 for Ruiz. Of the 9 who picked Ruiz, 5 or 6 of them don't think Jones has a prayer in the world of winning the fight. I've never seen that before.
Winning the heavyweight title would be a feat no other...
This would be interesting. He is the underdog again. He jumped up to heavyweight.
fighter who started at light middleweight had ever accomplished.
So, do you think that was the beginning of Roy starting to not be Roy Jones because he went up to 195?
Let's get ready to rumble!
Look, I saw Roy Jones in his prime. Roy Jones better than Floyd in his prime.
Jones striking like lightning across the top of the right hand.
And you were the most dominant fighter I ever saw.
Roy Jones scarcely ever loses a round, much less a fight.
He doesn't look like the underdog, bro. He is messing him up.
I gotta tell you something, Jim. He's making his fight look so easy. I don't know. Standing in the middle of the ring, getting off first constantly. Now he's landing combinations.
He was so fast. I mean, John Ruiz just was whiffing at air in that fight.
And he dominated the fight.
Joining boxing's elite, the new WBA heavyweight champion of the world, Roy Jones Jr.
The win was one for the ages. Now Jones would shed 25 pounds and return to light heavyweight.
It was very important to me that I went back down, shred the weight back off, and recapture the light heavyweight title.
Next Saturday night, Roy Jones and Antonio Tarver match up after having gone up almost to 200 pounds to fight on March 1 to get back down to fighting weight of 175.
What really got Roy is when we went up to fight John Ruiz.
Yeah.
And then he went back down to fight Tarver.
Yeah.
He was depleted.
And
I had to cut the muscle. That's when it began. That's when the demise began. Because I cut muscle. I cut 25 pounds of muscle off.
Has there been enough time since the weigh-in for you to rehydrate and regain your strength after taking off so much weight?
The weight cut down to 175 must have been brutal. He lost all his muscle tone.
Yeah.
He just didn't. He looked like a
and
guy.
he was shredded in the 90s.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Jones Jr.
Round 1 begins.
The weight jumps and drops had robbed him of his superpowers.
Now Tarver lands his first left hand of the fight.
Making him a mere mortal.
And now Tarver lands another left.
This is giving Jones some trouble.
Look at Tarver banging away with the left hand and landing them again.
Punches that would never connect before now landed flush.
He could do this for 25.
So you don't think he's using up his energy here?
Not at all.
Straight right hand lands for Jones.
Still, he summoned up enough of what greatness remained inside of him.
And there's a huge right hand. And that punch hurt Tarver.
Okay, Jim. 87-84, 6 rounds to 3. Roy Jones Jr.
Performance now by Jones.
Reaching deep, trying to find the greatness.
Boom, perfect timing.
And he needs to hold off Antonio Tarver. Now the combinations begin to flow.
For the winner by majority decision, Roy Jones Jr.
He now recaptured his middleweight belts. Unrivaled.
Yeah, this guy is the fourth one that I see gave him a tough fight, man. Okay, this guy gave him a tough fight for sure.
I think he should have retired after that.
This is when Roy Jones Jr. retired for me.
Yeah, but I don't think he would have. I don't think Roy was ever really going to ride off in the sunset.
Roy would butt heads with Tarver again in an immediate rematch.
Here comes Jones.
After the Tarver fight, do you believe you should have stopped then and said, you know what, this is a wrap? I've gotten belts. I had 7 belts at one time. I went from junior middleweight all the way up to heavyweight, and I cleaned out every division. I'm good. Did you think about it? Say, you know what? I'm good. I'm done.
Problem. Roy has not found a way still to get a sustained attack against him.
When you are a guy that depends on reflexes and timing and speed, what happens is when that goes.
Bei XTB hast du noch mehr Auswahl für deine Investments. Kauf ETFs und Aktien aus aller Welt ganz ohne Kommission. Oder
There's nothing to back you up. There's no net to catch you, baby.
The first time I saw him get knocked down, bro. Oh my God. This is gonna stain his legacy, man. It's gonna stain it.
And the invincible Roy Jones Jr. was defeated.
When the athleticism starts to slip away a little bit, Roy is normal.
Roy is out, and Roy may be out of boxing.
Roy was technically awful. He just had such reflexes.
Yeah.
When they went, that's when he got melted.
He didn't jab.
No, he didn't do anything right,
Threw a
bro.
left hook, a lead left hook.
A lead left hook, with rights from weird angles.
Yeah.
And it worked because his reflexes were superhuman.
Yeah.
He was Superman.
Roy immediately took another title fight against Glenn Johnson.
That's the point. He's not getting treated with the kind of respect.
This is probably where his downfall started, man. His downfall started.
That he has commanded throughout his career.
Also, the Glenn Johnson fight was a scary knockout.
Yeah, he was on Queer Street.
Yeah, well, he was just flatlined and astral traveling.
He's done.
And he's on the canvas again for the second time in 2 fights. And for the second time in 2 fights, he's not going to get up. And he's been knocked out again.
Will we ever see Roy Jones in the ring again?
Not the one you're used to seeing.
It was sad to watch.
It was. It was.
That was. I thought that was going to be the end.
Roy still didn't retire. In fact, he would fight for 15 more years. He'd win some.
Oh my God, this guy is a beast, man. Come on, retire, enjoy your money, bro.
And lose some. But in his prime, he was arguably the best to ever do it.
You were fighter of the decade, but over a 10-year span, Roy Jones Jr. was voted the best fighter of the decade of the 90s.
Y'all must have forgot.
Unfairly, his refusal to retire and keep fighting is held against him in rankings. Roy Jones Jr.
Nobody brings it home like it should.
Oh my God. Roy Jones Jr. Bro, this guy is a fighter. I think people were right, man. They are definitely right to compare him to Muhammad Ali, bro. He is super fast, strong. Man, this guy is crazy good. I think they were right to compare him to Muhammad Ali. Mark Tyson, he have the, oh my God. How did I not know about these fighters, man? Roy Jones Jr. He have an impossible speed. If that guy had retired at that time before he fights that before his fourth lost, man, he would have been he would have been people would have considered him better than Muhammad Ali for sure. People would have, but still this guy is oh my god. So that brings us to the end of this video, guys. If you're still here and you enjoy the video, please subscribe to my channel, click on the notification bell so you wouldn't miss any videos that I uploaded. If you have any videos that you would want me to react to, please drop the link in the comment section.